Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I am doing pretty well, thank you. Thank you guys for all your kind words, your prayers, your condolences for my brother-in-law. That was so shocking that he passed away from COVID. I mean, so shocking because he got out of the hospital the day before Thanksgiving. We were all so filled with gratitude. We were so happy and that everything was going well. Actually, I feel bad because I had been doing a lot of healing prayers for him and stuff. And after he got out of the hospital, I'm like, oh, good, he's done, he's on the mend. And I really kind of ignored him after that as far as praying for him anymore. I didn't continue. I feel bad. I mean, I know we're on the path that we're on, and that was his time to pass, but I feel like I wish I would have kept praying for him because he wasn't. Evidently, he really wanted to come home, and I think he pushed the doctors to let him out of the hospital. I think it was um, too soon for him to come home, actually. So, but like I said, that was his time to pass. So he passed. Very, very hard on my sister. I told y'all the story already. They went ahead and had his service. It was yesterday, but at 5 o'clock. They actually didn't put it up and tell everybody that the service was until Saturday. I live about 4 hours away from my sister, and I didn't go to the service because I can't expose my husband to COVID. I would have to go by myself, and then I would have to come back. What would I do? We sleep in the same bed, we're sleeping in the same house. And there was a lot of people at the service, a lot of people. And I just couldn't expose my husband to that. And I just won't do it. So I wish they would have had a virtual service, but they didn't have that. But thank you so much for your donations. They decided that they were going to have him cremated. That was the plan. And again, just thank you so much for your donations. That was one thing that it helped my sister a lot. They had plenty of donations to have the service and have the cremation. So thank you so much. That was one little less thing that she had to took off her list of worries. But she's doing all right. She's doing okay. She's surrounded by her children and her family. All her children live very close to her, so that's good. All right, guys, enough of the woes. Hey, y'all remember when I was having that bird come and he was grabbing onto the screen? It was so weird. And he kept coming and coming and coming. And after that, my husband's brother-in-law passed. And then that bird came back. He was gone for a few days and he came back again. I have a bunch of videos of that bird just hanging onto the screen. It's so weird. It's like if sometimes birds can see the reflection in the window, but this bird was on the screen. He couldn't see no reflection. It's like, I want in. And then after that, my brother-in-law dies. I was asleep when he died. I dropped my phone and my SIM card must have come ajar. And my phone stopped working. I didn't have any service or anything. And everybody was trying to call me. And I had fallen asleep on my husband's lap on the couch. Woke up horrible. My husband said, he woke me up by saying, Chuck died. I'm like, I was just stunned awake. It was the worst way to wake up. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, what? And my phone I said, I don't have any messages. Why isn't everybody telling me? I had broke my phone. My husband fixed it. He took my SIM card out and he was going to put it in an old phone that he had. He's so crazy. Instead of trying to put it back in my phone, he took it out of my phone. He took an old phone that he had. And when he opened that old phone, he turned it on. He saw all his numbers, because he has Gmail. And no matter what phone you open up, your Gmail account is there and it's going to show all your phone numbers, right? So they talk to each other. So what does he do? He starts deleting all his numbers because he's going to put that SIM card in there and let me use it. So he deletes all the numbers and then he decides to put the SIM card back in my phone and my phone works. And then he gets his phone and he goes, all my numbers are gone. He had deleted all the numbers of all his contacts. So if you do one phone and the other phone's on, it does both your phones, heads up. I said, "Oh, you learned a lesson, didn't you?" And he found a way to import his numbers. He did a few of them by hand, and then he found a little back door how to import them back. So I said, I had a broken phone and you got the headache from it. So anyway, he fixed it. Everything's good. But we're exchanging phones for Christmas because 5G is coming out, and my phone's already starting to slow down as it is. So we're both getting each other phones for Christmas. He keeps saying, "You want this phone?" He's looking at phones on eBay, Amazon, everything. The last time we bought our phones from Amazon, and they worked just fine, and they were so much cheaper than buying them from AT&T. And I have a good phone. I like it. Where is it? I left it out front. But that's our Christmas. I haven't even done any Christmas shopping. No Christmas decorations. I haven't put up my tree. Nothing. I haven't done nothing. I made fudge this weekend. I made Christmas fudge this weekend because I need to get that sent out. I'm going to send it all out on Monday because I usually deliver it. I usually go to my mother's house and deliver Christmas to everybody. But I can't do that this year. I'm staying in and I'm doing as the CDC is warning everybody and telling them to, stay home for Christmas. And that's what we're going to do. So got my fudge all ready to go. I'm sure it's going to cost $50 to send fudge. Fudge is heavy. And there's many families now. There's my sister, she has 3 kids, and they're all, have their own families. So I send it all to her house. I send her some and all her kids some. And then I send it to my mom, and my mom has my sister living with her. So I send her, and then I have 2 other nieces that I send it to. So I've got to get it all out. And I was bringing fudge to my daughter's house yesterday, and I just grabbed 2 tins of fudge out of the fridge. We headed out to their house for a few minutes, and I had grabbed 2 peanut butter fudge instead of 1 chocolate and 1 peanut butter because I was like, do y'all want both? Some people don't like peanut butter fudge. And I'm like, do y'all want peanut butter and chocolate, or do you want just chocolate? They're like, oh, we'll take both, And I'm like, okay. Then I grabbed 2 peanut butter. So I said, I owe y'all a chocolate. So I got to go back and bring them a chocolate one. Anyway, I hope y'all are all doing well, getting into the Christmas spirit. You know what I just saw come across my phone just like an hour ago? Rudy Giuliani has COVID. Wow, I wonder how he got that. Mr. Maskless going all around, flying here and there. I think they're just, I don't know. And his son had it too, right? So he probably got it from his son. He's probably had it, I bet he's probably had it. He's probably given it to everybody. He was in that hearing where he farted. This man he is so disgusting. He has, dye dripping down the sides of his cheeks. And then the next hearing, he's farting. And on Saturday Night Live, we watched that last night. There's nothing on TV. So we watched that last night, and it was, they did a parody of Giuliani farting in the middle of the hearing. So I want to take a look at his health and see how's it going to go for Giuliani. How's his health? Let's take a look at it. Let's see. Is he going to get the serious COVID, or is he going to get the Donald Trump COVID? Depends on the treatment, right? My friend, my good friend, her son has COVID, and he's been fighting it without any antivirals, nothing. He hasn't had any medication or nothing. He's been sick for over 2 weeks. And I'm like, why isn't he? How come he's not getting medicine? I don't understand. She's been bringing him all his foods and leaving it on his doorstep and talking to him through the window, Scary, really scary. I think he's 36 years old, she told me. So he's a young man, and hopefully, he's going to recover from it. I think he's on the recovery side, they say. So that's good. But he said he's been really, really sick with it, real sick. Can you imagine you don't get any medication for that? Here's your Tylenol. See ya. I don't understand. I think he didn't have insurance or something. And I don't know. Maybe. You don't have insurance, you're in a big bunch of trouble. But you would think that if they know you have COVID, don't they offer you viral prescription or something? Don't they have they have everything out now? Let's see. I don't know. Let's take a look. All right. So the judgment card, that's suitable for him, right? He sits in judgment, and this is his karma. Now, whether he gets it, gets really sick from it or not, it's like it is karma, though. You know what I mean, for everything that's going on. And he is really sick. I don't know how sick he feels. I saw that he was tweeting a few hours ago, so I don't know how sick he can feel. The world. He's going to have the best of care, just like Trump did. So it's not going to be like my friend's kid that's suffering. So I feel like he'll make a full recovery because he's going to get the medication and the viral, all the viral medication and everything that he needs. So he'll make a complete recovery. That's what I'm seeing. The Knight of Pentacles. He's going to regain his, strength and his energy. He's going to be fine. He is going to be fine. So I'm pretty sure they caught it early enough before it got out of hand. I think that's what happens. It gets out of hand, and then the virals don't work as well if it's already replicated so much in the body. This is Eight of Pentacles. So this tells me that it might not be as bad as like Chris Christie, where he goes in the hospital and stays, for a week and is in intensive care and all that. I don't see it being that bad, but I feel like he will have to work at getting, his strength back and getting recovered from it. He's not going to bounce back as quickly as Trump, put it that way. So he'll have to work at it a little bit. So he may not feel as bad as he's going to feel right now. You know what I mean? He may, even though he's taking the medication and everything, it's going to exhaust him. You know what I mean? Really, really exhaust him. And it's not just going to be as quick. He'll have to work harder to recover than like Trump did, but he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. All right. Well, I told my husband, and I said, Giuliani has COVID. He was like, you're not supposed to be happy. We're not supposed to be happy. He's sick. No, that's not nice. I'm sure a lot of people are saying that, though. It's karma, though. You feel like, well, he just deserves it. It's not nice to say things like that. But, that's how a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel like, you wallow in the mud, you're going to get muddy, right? That's the way it is. All right. You know what I want to take a look at here? I've always wondered, I've never really asked Spirit about this, but I've always wondered about Trump. If Trump is he truly like does he have a dark soul, a dark spirit? Because, it looks like he does. He's careless. He's not talking about helping anybody out with the pandemic. He's not, telling the legislators, the Senate, get it together and get some relief for the people. He's not saying anything. He acts like it doesn't even exist. He acts like we're not even in the middle of a pandemic. Can you believe that he went to Pennsylvania and had another damn rally? We are up to our ears in COVID. We have thousands of people dying every day. They say like every 17 seconds or something, a person dies from COVID. It's horrendous. Horrendous. It is horrendous. And a lot of people are saying, well, the only people that die is that they're already sick, something's wrong with them. But that's not completely true. They're saying, I've seen that on Facebook. I've heard it from people I know and love say, if you have, it's only people that have an underlying illness that die. That's not true. There have been young people that have been healthy that have died of COVID that didn't have, anything diagnosed. I don't think they really still know exactly what's going on with COVID, which is kind of weird. But that's how viruses are, right? Viruses are really tricky. They're really, really tricky. Okay. Another question that I wanted to ask Spirit. I want to ask Spirit and take a look at it after I do Trump. Maybe I'll do it. Uh, why do dark entities? Why do they always lurk in like creepy places and in basements, things like that? Why are they always in some kind of creepy place? Why are they in, you know, a shell of a building that there's nobody there? Why are they all hanging out? Why do dark entities hang out there? Why? Why, Spirit? Tell me. So is Trump a dark spirit? Is he truly a dark spirit? Does he have a dark spirit? What can I tell everybody about that? That's what I want to know. Is Trump a dark spirit? Does he have dark energy? Let's take a look at it. Oh, I just knocked it on the floor. I have to pick it up. And there's Trump. My card for Trump came out. Let me pick this up. Hold on. Okay, I picked up the card that I dropped. I have to be careful because this divider, it's real heavy. It's big and heavy. It's solid wood. And I've already knocked it over once without breaking it, thank God. My chair is pretty big. It's a nice big chair. It's comfortable. I tried to put a smaller chair here, but my back started hurting and I had to go back to this one. So I'm in here pretty tight. And I have to be careful when I bend down to pick up a card that I don't slam this thing over. And I got them all lined up now. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Is Trump does he have a dark spirit? This is Ace of Cups. I think that what this is indicating to me is that people actually really love Trump. They really, really, this is an outpouring of affection for Trump. Now, I know we hate to hear that, but it is true. He's loved by many. He has so many supporters. It doesn't matter what he does. He is really, truly loved. Could a dark spirit be truly, truly loved? That's number one. So he's fulfilling a spiritual journey, believe it or not. He really is. We all are. And he does have a purpose for being here. We can't see the big picture, but there is a big picture, and he is there for a purpose. He's fulfilling things. Six of Swords. So he's on this journey fulfilling his purpose, right? And this has to do with a lot of healing, So there's going to be a lot of healing when he leaves. That's what this is about. He's going to leave, and there's all this healing that takes place and the feeling of relief. It's going to be like, oh my God, thank God he's gone. Even the Republicans are going to be like, I'm so happy he's gone. I'm so glad he's gone. Even the people that it looked like were with his big supporters. Now, they might not come out and say, yay, we're so glad Trump's gone, but they really are going to be glad he's gone. And with that all that energy of happiness, that he's gone, it's like the Wicked Witch is dead. You know what I mean? They're going to be singing. It's gonna bring all this good energy, and that's what we need. We need in this country. We need in our government, and everybody can work together. And I know they were saying, well, it's Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell, yes. Mitch McConnell really did get things done that he wanted to do. So hopefully he's going to let up now. He got all the judges he wanted in there. He did all these things that he's wanted to do. And I hope that he'll have a little humility if we don't win the Senate back, with these Georgia races. Hopefully they'll be able to work together. And I feel like this is because of all the emotion, all the, all the feelings there, all the healing that's taking place. They'll be able to work much, much better together, no matter what. Even if the Democrats don't have control of the Senate. They're going to be able to work together. It's like the battle was fought. Now we're all coming together. We've won the battle. You know what I mean? Even though the Republicans didn't help do anything, in my opinion. Although some of them stood up for the rule of law. A lot of them, they said, Trump, you lost. All these people in important positions counting the ballots and all that, having to tell Trump, no, sir, we've counted the ballots 3 times now, and you still lost. You know what I mean? There are some Republicans that are taking the heat. The governor of what is it? Georgia, I think, is governor of Georgia. He's taking all the heat. Pennsylvania, the people there, they've taken all the heat. And they're Republicans, so they're going to be really happy to see him go because he hurts the party. He really, really does. So they're going to come together. It's going to be cathartic for everybody when he leaves. So there's healing going to take place. The next card that I pull, this is the card I get for Trump all the time. So that's a King of Pentacles. That's my Trump card. So he's here, and these 4 little cards that I drew just happened. He came up. Knight of Wands. So, he's got all this energy. This man hardly sleeps. He hardly sleeps. It's like, I want to get this done and that done, and we need to do this. His mind is working all the time, all the time. That's just who he is. That's how he's been able to accomplish so much in his life, is because it's like, I've got to get it done. I'm going to get it done. And he's got a real positive mindset where he can manifest the things that he wants. But at the same time, it's catching up with him. It really has, because a lot of the things that he says and does, he doesn't have a lot of forethought in. You know what I mean? This is what I want to do. Can I do this? That's how he's managing the whole country. This is what I want to do. Can I do this? He'll just ask him, can I do this? I'm the king. Can I do that? Is that okay? I want to do that. This is what I want. Get this done. You know what I mean? He doesn't really think things through to the end. He just thinks of what I want to do. And the same thing about when he speaks in front of a crowd. He knows what message that he wants to convey, but he doesn't know how to say it. You know what I mean? He says it in things, he says it in a bad, negative way. And people respond to that. And so he keeps doing it, he just keeps doing it over and over and over. And he's a fearless guy. He's not afraid of anything. He really isn't. He's very fearless. It causes him a lot of problems, and he doesn't seem to understand that. He doesn't care what people think. He does whatever he wants to do. He has a very bad temper. But I don't think it's that Trump is a dark spirit. I don't think that's what it is. He's not a dark spirit. He's a careless person. Yes. He puts his own interest before others. He's only worried about, how well he can enrich himself and his family. He cares about how he looks. You know what I mean? He's a narcissist. We all know that, but I don't think he's not a dark spirit. I'm not getting that he's a dark spirit here. He has many flaws, many, many, many flaws. He's a flawed character, very, very flawed, but I think he was meant for this position that he's in, because, if it was somebody that was so beloved and he was doing all these things, we wouldn't have the push against him to get him out, if he didn't have the flaws that he has. So just look at his flaws, like that's how we got rid of him, because of his flaws. And now we know what we don't want, right? A lot of people, that's how they vote. They vote on what they don't want instead of what they do want. Well, I don't see anybody I want to vote for, so I didn't vote. And that's what we got. We got this Trump. And now they see what they don't want, and they voted for Biden. So that's how it went. But I don't think he's truly he's not a dark spirit, He's a horse's patootie, but he doesn't have a dark spirit, I don't think. No. That's my opinion. That's why I'm going to stick to that. All right, guys. So I think it's almost 30 minutes here. So next time I'll talk about dark entities lurking in basements and scary places and stuff. Maybe I can do a little deep dive on that and um, do a little meditation before I start talking about it so I can get a little bit of information from my spirit guides before I dive into that one. So I'll do that one next time, okay? All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for your donations, your condolences. It meant so much. It really, really meant so much. You don't know. It meant so much. And I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. If y'all have any questions or anything, if you'd like me to do a reading for you, I did readings today. I'm feeling wonderful and good. So if you'd like to have a reading with me, just look at my email down below. Email me and we'll get together, okay? All right, guys, I love y'all. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to y'all. Bye for now.